What up is Marcus Dynasty People Dads, and this is not a Dynasty video. This is a relationship dad video, and I'm going to be talking to you in the next 5-10 minutes about what my most important thing I've learned over the 10 months of being a dad. And the biggest thing, well, first of all, being a dad is completely different than I thought it was going to be. It is the best thing in the world. It is sometimes the hardest thing that I've ever been through. It's the joys, it's the downs, it's everything. And so one of the biggest things that I have learned, my son's just over 10 months now, is you have to be on a team. That is the number one thing. And I want to dive into what I mean by that, because I think a lot of dads do the team thing a little bit wrong. And so when I mean be a team, usually the woman, the mom in the relationship, has so many more things to do, whether it's breastfeeding or pumping. Actually, my wife pumps about 2 hours a day throughout the day. That's like 20 minutes a session for, I think it's 6 sessions, which is a ton of time. And so us dads, of course, don't have to do some of those things. And there's some of those things, just the mom is better at some of those things, whether it's the mom has, like I have a little bit later work shift, so she has to cook food more. And it's like, there's so many things that my wife does for me. And so I am learning, of course, how to be able to take some stuff off of her plate, which I see some of the dads, they go, oh, I'm going to help build you something. I'm going to mow the lawn. I'm going to shovel the driveway. Those are things, of course, that I think, honestly, most of us dads like to do and can easily do, but that doesn't really help the wife with the things off of her plate, which is sometimes cleaning stuff, whether it's bottles and pumps and all that stuff. It is, whether it's cooking and cleaning, whether it is spending quality time with your kid. A lot of times I see this where the wife has just been had it and just needs a little bit of time to be alone, which is important. You need some alone time. And sometimes you don't need the chaos of being a parent 24/7. Sometimes it's nice to have a 20-minute break. And honestly, another huge thing is the sleep. The sleep is I think if you were somebody that wanted to torture somebody, you would just sleep deprive them. I mean, because honestly, we've had nights where I've gotten 3 hours of sleep. I've gotten 8 hours of sleep. I've gotten everything in between. 8 hours is very rare. 3 hours is very, very rare as well. It's usually like 5 or 6 that we're getting. But I would say that my son still, to this day, is a perfect child. 99% of the time, it's that 1%, and it's usually during sleep where he almost every day wakes up 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and whether it is going there every other day, hey, I'm going to take care of my son or my daughter or whoever it would be, whatever your child's gender is, be like, hey, I'm going to take care of my son this night. You can just sleep. I'm going to take care of my son every other time. So the first time he wakes up, I got it. The second time, you got it. Like, just talk and communicate. Be like, hey, or how are you doing? Like, oh, you're feeling like crap. You're sleep deprived, or you're sick, or you're feeling run down. And there's been times, and I do this once every couple weeks, where my wife starts to feel the rundown, where she's like, I can't sleep. She's a super light sleeper, where I'm just like, I'll sleep in the guest bed for a night, and you can sleep from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, because she has to wake up early. So she tries to get her 8 hours, and she still has to wake up. She still wakes up, but at least she can go back to bed. And I'll wake up the 3 times. It usually is always a horrible night when I do that for Jackson. It usually is like, oh, Dad's going to take care of me all night, and I know he's in the guest bedroom. Well, guess what? We're going to wake up 3 times or 4 times or 5 times or whatever every 2 hours just to make you mad. It's fine. But those are some important aspects. I mean, because honestly, if both of you are, if one of you is just run down and drained, and that's what I've noticed too, is like if my wife is run down and drained, it's hard for her to give any other aspects of her life full attention. Like, she's thinking parent mode. And a lot of times she does a lot of our cooking and stuff as well, which I'm very grateful for. And so she's doing all of that. And yet it's just like, yet she probably can't be like, hey, I'm going to do all of that and I'm going to be the best wife possible. Like, that's super, super difficult. And so one of the biggest things that I always say is just try to be a team. I even have a kind of a friend that really all they do is do all the outside work, and the wife does all the inside work. well, in the winter time, how much outside stuff is there and how much inside stuff is there? There's a lot of difference through there. So again, that was just kind of my rant. I feel like that is one of the most important things to do as a dad, is to help the wife out. And we're going to do more relationship stuff. One of the most important things I found to help with my son and everything like that. So I just feel like those are all important aspects. All right, this is Marcus Dynasty Full Dads. Peace out. Take care.